Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
Faith and power of God. A decree to worship the king. The great empire of Babylon was eventually defeated by Medes and Persia. Darius was the king of the Medes and Persia. During his era, he divided his empire into 170 provinces, and each was ruled by a governor. He also appointed 3 presidents to whom the governors laid their reports. Daniel, a Jewish exile in Babylon, was also appointed as president. Darius loved Daniel very much because of his loyalty. He planned to raise him to the status of a grand vizier, such as Pharaoh made Joseph in Egypt. Daniel was more gifted than his counterparts in wisdom and matters of administration. Other presidents and satraps were jealous of him and planned ways to discredit him before the king. But having discovered that Daniel was irreproachable as a person and in his activity as a president, they conspired to incriminate him in matters of his religion. After the satraps, governors, and 2 presidents finished their plot against Daniel, they went to the king and demanded that he should enact a decree to the effect that anyone who would pray to a god or any man except the king for 30 days should be thrown into the lion's den. The king signed the decree, which should not be changed under any circumstance without knowing their ulterior motives. Daniel expresses his faith in God. When it was clear to Daniel that the decree had gained the king's approval, he returned to his house and continued to pray to his God as usual, morning, afternoon, and night. Daniel's detractors once again went on a spying mission in his house and caught him violating the king's decree by praying to his God. They quickly reported what they saw to the king, who regretted the incident and did all he could to free Daniel from the impending danger. But as he could not circumvent the law, which he had already passed and ratified, he reluctantly sent for Daniel and had him cast into the den of lions. Daniel in the lion's den. Then the king said to Daniel, "May your God, whom you serve continually, deliver you." A large stone was rolled in to cover and block the entrance to the den, and the king put his signet on it as a seal, so that nothing could be changed concerning Daniel. The king went home dejected and could neither eat nor sleep. He fasted all night. The power of God manifested. As the day broke, the king went to where Daniel was imprisoned. He was moved with pity and vaguely asked Daniel whether his God was able to deliver him from his ordeal. Then Daniel said to the king, "O king, live forever. My God sent his angel and shut the lion's mouth, and they have not hurt me, because I was found blameless before him and also before you. O king, I have done no wrong." The king issued a command to have Daniel's detractors thrown into the lion's den together with their wives and children. King Darius decreed that all men in his dominion should worship the God of Daniel, the living God who endures forever. He rescues, works signs and wonders in heaven and on earth, and his kingdom shall never be destroyed, and his dominion shall be to the end. He saved Daniel from the power of lions. Daniel continued to prosper in the reign of Darius and Cyrus, kings of Persia. Effects of Daniel's faith. King Darius, the first effect of Daniel's faith. 1. King Darius wrote to all the people, nations and languages that dwell in the earth, saying, "Peace be multiplied unto you." King Darius made a new decree that superseded the former, that all men should tremble and fear the God of Daniel, for he is the living God and steadfast God forever. He works signs and wonders in heaven and on earth, just as he has delivered Daniel from the power of the lions. Daniel prospered in the reign of Darius, even in the reign of Cyrus the Persia. Qualities of Daniel's faith. 1. excellent spirit that led to favor. According to Daniel 6 verse 3, Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king thought to set him over the whole realm. Which means the excellent spirit in Daniel led to his favor by the king. Daniel was faultless. According to Daniel 6 verse 4, the presidents thought of something to use against Daniel concerning the kingdom, but they could not find any fault. He was faithful, therefore there was no error or fault found in him. 3. Daniel was prayerful. According to Daniel 6 verse 10, Daniel went into his house, knelt down 3 times a day, that's morning, afternoon, and night, and prayed and gave thanks before his God. 4. Unflinching belief in God. This was what kept Daniel safe in the lion's den. He believed that God would not forsake him, and indeed, God did not forsake him. God sent his angel to go and shut the mouths of the lions. God sent his angels to go and shut the mouths of the lions, such that they did not hurt Daniel until the king released him from the lion's den. It was Daniel's unflinching and unshakable belief and faith in God that moved God to send the angels, his angels to shut the mouth of the lions.